What if I told you life is actually a game and you've been playing it wrong your entire life? Not metaphorically, literally. Every problem you face is a level. Every skill you build is an upgrade. Every hard conversation is a boss fight. The people who win aren't smarter or luckier. They just figured out the rules while you're still button mashing. Miyamoto Musashi was a solo player in hardcore mode. Masterless samurai, no clan, no safety net, 60 duels, perfect record. He didn't just play the game, he reverse engineered it. Late in life, he wrote the player's manual. 5 rings, 5 hacks. Each one solves a specific problem you're facing right now. But to use them, you first need to see the trap most players fall into. Meet Gohan. He wakes up every morning with a knot in his stomach. His inbox is chaos. His boss demands more. His relationship needs attention he doesn't have. Money's tight, time's tighter, and every single problem feels like an ambush. He thinks the same thing you do. If I could just solve this problem, then I'll finally be okay. Then I can relax. Then I can be happy. So he grinds, fixes the issue at work. The promotion comes through. Relief, right? Wrong. New problems show up. Bigger ones, different ones. And Gohan realizes something that breaks him. The problems never stop coming, ever. Here's what's actually happening. You've been operating under a lie. You think obstacles are glitches in the system, bugs that shouldn't exist, things blocking you from the life you're supposed to have. That's exactly backwards. The obstacles aren't blocking the game. The obstacles are the game. A game with no challenge is worthless. You don't play chess hoping your opponent goes easy on you. The difficulty is the entire point. But knowing this doesn't help if you don't know how to play. That's where Musashi comes in. Because while you've been cursing the problems, he spent his entire life mastering them. And he didn't theorize. He tested everything where failure meant death. Miyamoto Musashi wasn't born into power. No legendary bloodline, no wealthy clan protecting him. He was a ronin, a masterless samurai. In 17th century Japan, that meant he was playing life on hardcore mode with permadeath enabled. While other samurai had their lord's army backing them, following preset techniques from established schools, Musashi had nothing, just himself. His first duel, age 13, killed a trained swordsman with a stick. By 29, he'd fought 60 duels. Never lost, not once. But here's what makes him different. Other samurai learned one school's techniques and followed them religiously. That's it. One strategy, one style. They were rigid. Musashi did the opposite. He studied every major sword school in Japan, learned their techniques, found their weaknesses. Then he built his own system from scratch. He didn't just master the meta, he created a new one. Late in his life, he retreated to a cave in the mountains. And there, he reverse engineered his entire lifetime of strategy into one book. The Book of 5 Rings. Not philosophy, not theory. A combat manual that works in duels and in life. 5 rings, 5 hacks. Each one solves a specific problem you're facing right now. Let's break them down. Hack 1. Earth Ring. Cut the useless. The problem this solves, you're doing 100 things. 90 of them are worthless. Musashi's principle. Do nothing which is of no use. This sounds simple. It's not, because most people can't tell the difference between looking productive and being productive. This is the ultimate efficiency hack. Most people confuse motion with progress. They're busy, exhausted, and getting nowhere. Gohan checks his email 30 times a day. Useless. Scrolls social media between tasks. Useless. Attends meetings where he contributes nothing. Useless. He's running on a treadmill at full speed, going exactly nowhere. End of the day, he collapses thinking he worked hard. He did. He just didn't work on anything that mattered. The Earth Ring forces a brutal audit. Look at your day. What actually moves you toward your win condition? Cut everything else. Ruthlessly. Musashi trained daily, studied strategy, fought duels. That's it. No distractions, no busy work. Every action had purpose. You think you don't have time, you have plenty. You're just bleeding it on 1,000 useless activities that make you feel busy. The first hack isn't about doing more, it's about doing less. But doing it with absolute precision. But precision without flexibility makes you brittle. That's the next hack. Hack 2. Water Ring. Adapt or break. The problem this solves, you have one strategy, one approach. When it fails, you collapse. Musashi's principle. Water takes the shape of its container. Square container, square water. Round container, round water. Water doesn't resist the shape. It becomes what's needed. Most people are ice, rigid, fixed. They break when the container changes. Let me show you what water actually looks like. The Yoshioka clan, the most powerful sword school in Kyoto, wanted Musashi dead. First, he beat their master, then their second in command. Finally, they set an ambush. 70 men, one target. Musashi showed up early, hid in the trees, watched them set their trap. When they arrived, he charged, killed the clan heir immediately. Then 70 armed samurai surrounded him. His single sword wasn't enough. Wrong tool for this container. So mid-combat, while fighting for his life, he adapted, drew his second sword, invented his signature two-sword style in real time. That's water. Gohan planned his perfect morning routine, failed by Tuesday. Instead of adapting, keeping what worked, changing what didn't, he quit entirely. The plan didn't work, so nothing works. Water Ring says, the method isn't sacred. The outcome is. Change the approach. Keep the goal, because the game always changes. The question is whether you change with it or break against it. Hack 3. Fire Ring. Control the rhythm. The problem this solves, you're always reacting, always responding, never leading. Musashi's insight. Everything has a rhythm. Your anxiety has a rhythm. Your boss has a rhythm. Your opponents have a rhythm. Most people unconsciously match the rhythm around them. That's the trap. Someone yells, you yell back. Someone rushes you, you rush. You're dancing to their beat. The hack is simple. Disrupt it. Musashi's final duel was against Sasaki Kojiro, the demon of the western provinces. Famous for his lightning-fast draw and his impossibly long sword. What did Musashi do? He showed up late, deliberately. Made Kojiro wait on the beach, made him angry, made him impatient. Kojiro's rhythm was precision and speed. Musashi shattered it before the fight even started. When Kojiro finally saw him, he was already tilted, emotional. His legendary discipline cracked. His draw was too eager. His stance too aggressive. Musashi killed him in one strike. Gohan has a boss who overwhelms him in meetings with rapid-fire questions. Gohan matches the pace, stumbles over words, looks incompetent. Fire Ring says, slow down, pause before answering. 3 full seconds. Make your boss adjust to your tempo. Control the rhythm. Don't follow it. The person who sets the pace controls the fight. Hack 4. Wind Ring. Study the meta. The problem this solves, you're stuck in an echo chamber, copying strategies that don't apply to your game. The Wind Ring is about studying what actually works, not what's popular, not what's traditional, not what feels right, what wins. Most people learn one method and assume it's the best because it's familiar. Back to that final duel. Kojiro's entire reputation was built on his sword, a nodachi, longer than any standard blade. It gave him a reach advantage nobody could counter. That was his meta, his unbeatable advantage. Musashi studied that meta, understood the game Kojiro was playing. Then he hacked it. On the boat ride to the island, he carved a wooden oar into a sword, made it longer than Kojiro's blade. Kojiro brought his legendary weapon. Musashi brought a better one. He studied the rules, found the flaw, and exploited it. Gohan works 60-hour weeks and gets less done than his coworker who works 40. Instead of studying what his coworker does differently, Gohan keeps grinding his broken method. Hard work wins. Wind Ring says, your system might be trash. Study what wins. Test it. Steal what works. Discard the rest. Build something better. Because loyalty to a broken system is just stupidity with better marketing. Hack 5. The Void. Detachment. The problem this solves, you're controlled by your emotions, and everyone knows it. In his final week alive, Musashi wrote a second book, The Dokudo, 21 Principles of Internal Mastery. The theme, detachment. Accept everything just the way it is. Be detached from desire your whole life long. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. This isn't about not caring. It's about not being ruled by what you care about. In a duel, opponents tried to make Musashi angry, scared, jealous, desperate. It never worked. He removed all psychological attack surfaces. You can't bait someone who has no preferences. You can't tilt someone who accepts everything as it is. Gohan spirals when plans fail. A canceled meeting ruins his entire day. A rude email destroys his focus for hours. The Void teaches, I notice I'm feeling anger. That's it. Observe, don't become. That gap between the emotion and your response. That's where freedom lives. When you master the external rings, earth, water, fire, wind, something shifts. Your actions become automatic, instinctive. You stop thinking about the strategy. You are the strategy. That's the Void. Flow state. The game stops being hard because you've become the game. Here's what Musashi figured out that most people never will. The game isn't about beating other people. That's the trap. That's the lie that keeps you running on someone else's treadmill, chasing someone else's definition of success, your parents' definition, your boss's definition, society's definition, Instagram's definition. You're grinding 60-hour weeks for a promotion you don't even want, chasing achievements that leave you empty, comparing yourself to people who are playing completely different games with completely different rules. And you're exhausted, miserable, wondering why nothing feels like winning, because you're playing someone else's game. Musashi's definition of victory was this: today is victory over yourself of yesterday, not fame, not wealth, not glory, internal mastery, daily progress. Becoming better than he was 24 hours ago, that was his win condition, and because he defined it, nobody could take it from him. So here's your micro action, right now. Before you close this video or scroll to the next one, answer one question. What is my win condition? Not what you think you should want, not what would impress people. What do you actually want? Peace, mastery, freedom, strength, build something meaningful, raise good kids, be dangerous and disciplined. Define it, write it down. Because until you define your game, you're just a character in someone else's story. And once you know your game, the 5 rings give you the system to win it. Earth ring: cut everything that doesn't serve your win condition. Train daily toward your goal, not theirs. Water ring: when your path changes, adapt. The method isn't sacred. Your outcome is. Fire ring: stop reacting to other people's rhythm. Control the tempo of your life. Wind ring: study what actually works, not what's traditional, not what's popular, what wins. Void ring: detach from outcomes you can't control. Observe your emotions. Don't let them control you. You've been cursing the levels for being too hard. Musashi would tell you, the difficulty is the point. A game with no challenge is worthless. So stop waiting for life to get easier. It won't. It shouldn't. Stop running from the hard stuff. Start playing. And if you want to learn even more, we have more life hacks in the free newsletter link in the description.